What's good, my people? Philan Speaks back, man. So Noah Lyles did that. Damn. Listen, man, I ain't gonna never doubt you again, Playboy. Now, you do need to take them damn fingernail polish off the nails. That shit is not what's up. I don't know what city you from. I don't know how y'all get down. But when it come to running, come to racing in that 100-meter, can't doubt what's here. Now, see, my concern was that Noah Lyles had never ran a sub 9.8 on record. You know, he was always above 9.8 guy, 9.83, 9.85. He had to bust in, he had to go sub that to win this particular game, and it didn't run this particular race, and it did not look possible at one point. My man Shane Thompson, Oblique Seville, you know, beat him earlier. Well, Oblique beat him earlier in the semis, and here Shane Thomas had that lead. He had to run that boy down, you know, and that's all Hart, man, and I'm gonna always respect Hart. So shout out to Noah Lyles. He brought the gold back to the U.S. This is we needed gold. Last time I checked, I think China had more gold medals than us, so we should be gaining on them if we haven't passed them already. Good job. Shout out to him. I expect Noah Lyles to go out there and get that 200. That's really his wheelhouse, you know. But 100 right now, he got to be considered the fastest man in the world. Lived up to the hype, man. Even though that thing was very close for comfort. Very close for comfort, you know. And in other news, okay, so, you know, for those who might care about this a little bit, Sue Bird comes out and she gives her WNBA Rookie of the Year. And listen, I believe a valid argument can be made for Caitlin Clark. I do, even though Angel Reese is Rookie of the Year for me. I believe a valid argument can be made for Caitlin Clark. Now, Sue Bird says Caitlin Clark, of course. However, it's something about the reasoning that she gives that I don't think should be something that Caitlin Clark fans are going about bragging about, because she says that, you know, I'm not, you know, going off of stats. I'm not going off of any of that. You know, stats can be useful when it's close, you know, as if it isn't close. She says, just eye test, you know. When I look at eye test, there's Rookie of the Year. So it's a good thing she's not really judging, because that's more ridiculous than the stuff y'all think Sheryl Swoopes said. At least Sheryl Swoopes going to give you some type of numbers or some type of something. So what I think it boils down to, her and Caitlin Clark are obviously close. What I would like to see is that Caitlin Clark actually work with her. You know, go train with her or whatever. Now, Sue not going to help you on defense, which I think is part of the reason why the eye test is just great to her, because Sue Bird didn't really play defense, right? So I guess, guess that makes sense. And someone like Sheryl Swoopes, who's a defensive player of the year 4 times, or 3 times, one or the other, something crazy, she's going to look at that. Right? So, and someone like me is going to look at that. Like, you're giving up, you score 24 points. What does it matter if you give up 25? That's, I call it -1, right? So, that's the stuff I look at, you know. But, you know, that's cool. It shows that this race is actually close. Now, I do believe ultimately we'll go to Caitlin Clark, right? Because I think a number of things are at play that we don't factor here. Number one, the WNBA does have a vested interest in growing the game, right? And for them right now, they have more interest in growing the game than Caitlin Clark route, because like our fan base does kind of show out a little bit more. They do, you know, they are the majority of the people in the country and so on. So that does matter. Even though I don't know that the WNBA likes their attention all the time. But there's a lot of money in Caitlin Clark, right? And there's a lot of incentives in certain contracts that they have, like with Wilson, Nike, and stuff like that. All of those types of companies, like, they put incentive bonuses in some of those contracts. Now, I don't know the particulars of Caitlin's contract, of course, and I'm not pretending to know, but I do know, for example, like when Ben Simmons had first came to the NBA, and he had like a $20 million contract with some company. It might have been a sneaker company or something or other, right? He had like a $5 million incentive in there. It's like all the money isn't always guaranteed. Depends on how it's structured. So there was like a $5 million incentive bonus in there if he was to win Rookie of the Year, which had a lot to do with Ben Simmons' first year when he gotten injured in training camp. As before the first game of the year, he actually could have come back because it was like a Liz Frank that was healed before the season was over. He sat out the whole year, and probably at the suggestion of Rich Paul to do that in order to qualify for Rookie of the Year in his second year, right? So that was the whole controversy with him possibly taking it from Donovan Mitchell and all of that. There was a very close race between him and Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell averaged more points. Like, Ben Simmons had like 15 triple-doubles or something like that. And I think that the league was trying to push Ben Simmons more so to be one of the next faces of the league. Like, they were just literally putting him in all-star games, even though he was averaging like 12 points a night and just stuff like that. So I know a lot of these types of things are at play. So Angel Reese fans, don't be upset if Caitlin Clark gets Rookie of the Year. And a lot of times it'll have a lot to do with things that have nothing to do with basketball. So, but when I give my opinion, based on what I pick. I will also be doing a mid-season, like starting 5 rookies, starting 5 players in the W, all that kind of stuff. Just some fun stuff like that, you know, on some of these lives. I think that'd be a nice, fun thing to do. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing for NFL and so on, right? So that's pretty much what I got, as Sue Bird said. If you hadn't seen my live, I went live earlier today during the women's Olympic game versus Germany. So I think I caught it on. I think I caught on around the end of the first quarter or something like that, all the way throughout the whole game. The women, they played well again. They had to quickly pull Chelsea, and if you hadn't heard, Reeves had to quickly pull Chelsea and Diana from the game because they were kind of on defense. They're not, effective, and that was a good move. Though these games are pretty much never in doubt, honestly. I never felt like they would lose, a threat to lose, but they had to do that it was unfair to have them out there, and you got like Sabrina on the bench, and you got Jewel Lloyd and Copper and all of them on the bench. No, they don't need to bring in no other players. Don't need to do that. These ladies, they got it. They got enough depth on the bench. We ain't got to do all that. We ain't even doing all that right now. You know what I mean? So, still overall good game. Like I said, they had over 25 assists as a team. Good ball movement. Played great defense. They kept the opponent to a good field goal percentage, relatively low. They won the turnover battle. All of the things that you need to do to win. So good job. Unsung heroes, Alyssa Thomas, without a doubt, in my opinion. Jackie Young scored the most, led them with 19 points. Good game for her. Good, solid game for her on both sides of the court. You know what I mean? So, yeah, pretty much what I got, man. So, get with y'all later.